Segment number 3. And I only have a couple more questions. So, Tosh, again, you ask, oh, and since I started bothering you, you're not bothering me. With annoying obsessive fan questions, I have more. They're not annoying or obsessive. I apologize if they are too private. I was wondering what about influences and the inspiration that gave birth to this album. First, I wonder if becoming parents changed something, maybe unwaringly so, and maybe you see and perceive things differently in a way that it changed something. And this produced a stream of inspiration that influenced a line that connects during its first stages. And along the same lines, I was wondering if the presence of David changed something as well. I mean, a line that connects, my God, I can't stop listening to it, somebody help me. Clearly sounds 101% like Lycia stuff. At the same time, though, I kind of feel David's touch music-wise. But I'm not sure on the details of how much he contributed to the creation and or the inspirational process behind the album. Maybe he did absolutely nothing other than playing and singing, and it's just my mental trip. So, no, Dave had a really big hand in this album. And, I mean, I think part of the change is just natural evolution, but part of it is because we're working with somebody again, and it's familiar, but it's new also. And so, yeah, I think that Dave's presence definitely is felt. It's a huge impact, and it was really cool to work with him again. It was kind of fun to be in sort of like a band again. Dave had a huge hand in this album, and he definitely did more than just play a couple instruments or whatever. He brought in songs, Mike brought in songs, they collaborated on these songs, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, as far as the parent thing, you know, I wouldn't say that my contributions to this particular album were inspired by being a mother. But it's kind of the same thing I've said about being a Christian in the past. I don't write a song with a particular message. I'm not trying to get anybody to believe something or to change somebody's philosophy in life or some deep revelation or whatever. And I'm not like, but it is who you are. So regardless if it's intentional or not, everything that happens to you, positive or negative, whatever, has an impact on who you are, and thus is going to shape how you create. So, are these songs that I wrote about being a mom? No. Pretty much every song I write is about love, death, and like detachment or something. I don't know. But, so no, I wouldn't say my songs are necessarily inspired by motherhood. However, it's a huge, all-encompassing factor in my life. So most definitely it has had an impact. I know that there are songs that Mike wrote that were inspired by being a father and thinking about how, you know, the world is reflecting on your child, and it takes you back to a place of remembering your own childhood and what it was like. And everything that happens now around you, the first thing you think is, how is this going to affect my child? Good, negative, whatever. And so you're always thinking about it, and it's always a part of you. And I guess being like sort of reflective people, there's a lot on this album that deals with kind of thinking back to our own origins and having this, I know for myself, like there's this kind of melancholy feeling towards a place that doesn't exist, hence Hiraeth. And a line that connects is basically you know, an explanation for how every single thing that happens to you and around you and every place you've ever been and every person you've ever been in touch with and every moment you've ever had, it's all connected in some way. And you know, there's never any particular specific intention of making a point. It's just personal reflection.